my friend, and welcome to a sneak peek behind the curtain of the Live Inspired in-studio experience and a glance into the limitless possibility of your life. In studio, you will join me and the Live Inspired community once a month for a live virtual event. I'll share on specific topics that you'll vote on, by the way, such as forgiveness, goal setting, communication. In studio, I'll also share resources to help you master the topics we've covered. And you get 24/7 access to all the videos and tools from our virtual meetings, plus 24/7 ongoing discussions with your fellow studio members. That way, if you can't make a meeting, you can always have access to the content online. The goal of this 3-video series is to get you on the path to discovering and then claiming your inspired life, and encouraging you to join me in studio so that we can keep living inspired each month. In this first video, we discussed the power of asking, "Why me?" and answering with a heart on fire with gratitude. In the second, we examined the influence of asking, "Who cares?" and answering boldly with a voice and a heart that both knows and actively lives mission. Today, we get to ask and we get to answer my favorite question: what more can I do? Now, don't worry. We're not asking this question in the way we ask it if we punch the steering wheel while we are stuck in traffic jams, or while dealing with difficult coworkers or challenging children, or near the end of a long, lousy day where everything seems to be going wrong. In other words, we don't look down at our feet with our fists clenched, angrily bellowing, "Ugh, what more can I do?" But rather, we ask this question from a place of accountability and ownership, with our hands open, our minds curious, our next steps determined. We don't focus on the adversity of what makes us feel stuck today, but the innate possibility and the freedom to soar tomorrow. We ask it knowing that incremental improvement, daily action in time, has potential to radically transform an industry, a family, a relationship, a life, a world, starting with our own. Reflecting on this truth always reminds me of a specific story. Years ago, I traveled out to Colorado with 3 lifelong friends. We camped under the stars, hiked in the mountains, and even went rafting down the Royal Gorge with white water swirling around us and granite bedrock ascending more than 1,000 feet on both sides of our little yellow raft. I looked back at our guide and in stunned awe asked, "How did this happen, man? How did this all form?" With sunglasses on, a smirk on his face, a firm handle on the oar, he responded, "Drop by drop, man. Drop by drop." You know, he's right. And what is true in nature is true in every aspect of life. Consider your finances. Start investing $1 a day for 30 years. And that lowly dollar bill will become more than $10,000. But then add in the drop by drop of compounding interest, which Einstein supposedly described as the 8th wonder of the world, and a single dollar invested each day for 10,590 days becomes more than $35,500. That's real money. Are you enjoying that kind of intentional compounding interest in your finances? As importantly, are you enjoying that kind of compounding interest in your relationships, your spiritual journey, your professional expansion, your life? So, how do we harness the gift of this incremental improvement over time so that drop by drop we grow, expand, and become better versions of ourselves? How can we intentionally get a little better, do a little more, believe a little more is possible, impact a few more lives, flourish a little bit more in love or in life? When the famous Hall of Fame radio announcer Jack Buck visited me in the Burn Center 3 decades ago, he was told by the staff that the little boy who was burned on 100% of his body had no chance of surviving. There was absolutely no reason for hope. And yet, he came back the following day into my room, into my darkness, into my life, ushering in hope and possibility, whispering, "Kid, I'm back. You are going to live. You are going to survive. Keep fighting. John O'Leary Day at the ballpark will make it all worthwhile. Keep fighting." The reason he came back that second day and then over the next 5 months, and then kept that promise of John O'Leary Day at the ballpark, and then taught me how to write and taught me about selfless generosity through his own incremental actions over many, many, many years. And why he did so much while becoming arguably the greatest sports announcer of his generation was by asking a simple question, one you've likely heard before. What more can I do? I invite you to begin journaling. Drop by drop, what more can I do to ensure that tomorrow is even better than today? Ask it in regards to an opportunity at work, a challenge in a relationship, a diagnosis in your health. It will transform your life and the lives of those lucky enough to do life with you. Take a moment right now. Consider something or someone that matters to you. Maybe a child, a partner, a spouse, a project at work, a hobby at home, an area to improve personally, but you've been just too busy to take time for it. Now, in fairness, probably the complaint I hear most frequently with every audience all around the country and all around the world is that they are already being asked to do more and more with less and less. And here I come along into your life and ask you to do more. What more can I do? What I know is we are all stretched extremely thin, but I'm not really asking you to do more here. I am instead asking you to be more intentional, which might free you to do a little less, but to do it a little bit more effectively, with a little bit more joy. So, what one thing could you do that might benefit a situation? It might be an action, or through a new process, or maybe even a daily prayer. Go ahead, hit pause on this video, hit pause in your life, answer the question, what more can I do to ensure that this thing, relationship, project, person, hobby, life, is even better tomorrow than it was today? My friend, drop by drop, we change the world, starting with our own. We are moving toward the end of the Live Inspired in-studio preview, but that does not mean the journey has to end for you. I've created a space to encourage consistent growth. Surround yourself with like-minded friends to encourage you to form life-giving habits and enjoy the transformative results that they will ignite. I believe in the power of being part of a vibrant community who believe tomorrow can be better than yesterday by embracing the gift of today. I believe that the best of your life remains in front of you, and I want to continue the journey with you in the Live Inspired studio. There is a link below this video. Don't wait. This registration is only available to you for the next 24 hours. The next public registration is not yet set. We are spending our time and our energy focused on our current studio members, and I want you to be a part of it. I've created the studio to overcome wasted human potential, lack of engagement in the workplace, and absence of passion for life that so many of us experience today. I created the studio to be a gathering place for a community that chooses to wake up from accidental living and choose to truly live inspired. Click the link below. Join the studio and the amazing community that comes with it. Don't wait. For less than $1 a day, you will see an unbelievable return that will transform your life. I am John O'Leary, and this is your day to ask what more can I do, to choose to grow drip by drip, and to live inspired.